The Neomorph was an endoparasitoid extraterrestrial species encountered by the crew of the USCSS Covenant. While they share some characteristics with the Xenomorph XX121, most notably their process of gestating inside a living host organism and their elongated heads, they are otherwise quite different. Two of the creatures were encountered by the crew of the Covenant after landing on the planet where David conducted his biological experiments. The Neomorphs were the result of the local ecosystem on the planet to which David traveled. After leaving LV-223 becoming altered by the black liquid. Specifically, the liquid caused small, black, spherical, fungus-like egg sacs to form on the ground. When disturbed, these egg sacs would release a cloud of microscopic insect-like spores, motes, into the air that would then enter a host organism through any open orifice, such as the nostrils or ear canal. Once a host is infected with the airborne contagion, the spores would enter the bloodstream and proceed to cause a bloodburster to grow inside of them until they violently puncture the skin and claws their way out of the host's body. This process is notably similar to the Xenomorph chestburster, although the exact point of emergence varies depending on how the host was infected. As with Xenomorphs, the appearance and characteristics of the Neomorph depend on what sort of animal it was spawned from. When spawned from a human host, the creature is born with arms and legs and initially moves in a quadrupedal manner, reminiscent of a runner, but as they grow, the Neomorph adopts a bipedal stance. Notably, the creature is born with a bulbous head, but as it grows, its head grows more elongated and pointy. The creature has pale, white-gray skin with a somewhat translucent appearance, attributes that resemble those of a hammerpid. The Neomorph features a fleshy tail tipped with spikes, which can be used as a devastating slashing and battering weapon, and a large number of silvery fangs in their mouth, which appears circular when closed. Notably, individual Neomorphs appear to display physical variants. For instance, one of the creatures featured a pair of sharp, bony dorsal spikes on their back that assisted them in breaking out of their host, whereas the other individual encountered lacked these features. Their blood is thick and yellow in color, but notably not acidic. In terms of behavior, the Neomorph is far more feral and animal-like than a typical Xenomorph, to the point that even their newborn form is highly aggressive and will attack anyone on sight. Their animalistic nature may suggest a lack of intelligence in comparison to their counterpart. However, they have been seen to be capable of stealth, as the Neomorph that killed Rosie snuck up on her and did nothing until she turned around, which it then regarded her for a moment before suddenly killing her. Whether this was deliberate stealth tactics or just the creature being morbidly curious is debatable. Unlike the Xenomorphs, Neomorphs are more organic in appearance and lack biomechanical aspects. Neomorphs are notably seen consuming the flesh of humans they have killed, whilst Xenomorphs have not been depicted doing this. As dangerously aggressive as they are frequently seen to attack their prey to feed, indicating that they need to consume flesh often to survive, unlike Xenomorphs which do not need to feed as often thanks to their blood functioning like living battery within their bodies. Unlike a typical Xenomorph, Neomorphs do not possess an extendable inner jaw which can be used to attack. Instead, their gums extend out in a manner similar to goblin sharks and even the deacon. Also, while the teeth of a Xenomorph's outer jaws are usually visible, a Neomorph's jawline is nearly invisible when closed. According to David, the engineer's black liquid mutagen was intended to create hybrid creatures like the Neomorph that would instinctively hunt down and kill all non-botanical animal life in an ecosystem. The meat. Notably, when one Neomorph encountered David, it apparently recognized that he was a synthetic android and thus, instead of attacking him, simply stood still and regarded him, although a Neomorph had previously bitten off Walter's arm when he attacked it. Xenomorphs, in contrast, have been observed attacking synthetics, possibly another example of their greater intelligence compared to Neomorphs, whose behavior seems to be based more on animal instinct. The initial stage in the Neomorph's life cycle is the egg sac, a fungal-like growth found in clusters throughout Planet 4 as a result of their contamination with the mutagenic chemical A03959X9115 pathogen. If and when the egg sac is damaged or otherwise disturbed by a potential host, they release a cluster of spore-like motes that conglomerate into an airborne mass. The motes themselves are extremely small in appearance, no larger than a grain of sand, though they can still be vaguely visible when clustered together. They appear to be extremely tiny parasitic insects when viewed under David's microscope. Once inside a host organism, the motes burrow into their body, extend an ovipositor, and inject eggs. These eggs rewrite the DNA of the host and instigates the growth of an amniotic sac, within which the larval bloodburster rapidly gestates in a matter of hours before violently emerging and killing the host organism. If the amniotic sac is located in a difficult-to-emerge-from location, the bloodburster can use the sharp dorsal spines and pointed head to pierce and rip through flesh and bone. Voracious carnivores, the larval neomorphs will attack and devour any prey, growing rapidly and reaching full maturity in a matter of hours. In their juvenile stage, neomorphs are small and quadrupedal, but upon reaching maturity are large and bipedal. It is unknown if adult neomorphs are capable of producing new egg sacs, and if so, how this process occurs. It is possible that they can egg morph or use a queen just as xenomorphs do. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications by clicking the bell next to the subscribe button, and I will make more videos about the Alien and Predator universes. Hope you'll enjoyed and have a great day.